Prepare to get gas because it's time for the Week in Gear. This week we've got djent-ready signatures, synth-powered weirdness, Fender's full-featured, form-focused, modern, modified makeover. It's fun to say. Oh, and one Chase Bliss collaboration that could dethrone a certain king of tone. This episode is sponsored by Gear for Music and their Heartwood guitars. More about that in a bit. So, gas masks on, and let's kick off this week's most exciting Guitar Gear releases with something juggernautical. Misha Mansoor fans, the new signature has landed. Actually, two of them, or three if you think about it. Double or triple trouble in the best possible way. The latest Jackson Pro Plus Juggernaut HT6 and ET6 are built for speed, clarity, and control, things that I probably don't have. Both guitars feature, when I say both, there are two models, but in three colours, just, well, two colours plus one colour. And they're three different colours, just to clear that up. Badly. Both guitar models feature lightweight poplar bodies with sculpted contours, a bolt-on caramelized maple neck, reinforced with graphite, and a caramelized maple fingerboard with 24 jumbo stainless steel frets and offset dot inlays for that sleek, pro-level, I know what I'm doing aesthetic. While we're talking about the fretboard, it has a 20-inch radius. 20 inches. Now that's flat. Super flat. That's flatter than an Italian YouTuber's apology video. Each one is loaded with Misha's signature MM1 humbuckers, which are voiced to deliver ultra-clear articulation across high-gain riffing and complex chord voicings. And some of his chord choices had me reaching for the pause button in the release video. They were nasty, and I don't understand them. But I want them. So they're two almost identical twins, but here comes the differences. Well, the difference. The HT6 comes equipped with a Jackson HT6 hardtail bridge for players who want tuning stability without any fuss. Or, if you prefer pitch-perfect consistency, no matter how aggressive you get, the ET6 brings an EverTune F6 bridge to the party. Both models feature just one volume and one tone. They've got Goto MGT locking tuners, a heel mount spoke wheel truss rod adjustment, the best place for them, and let's talk looks, because you've got Riviera Blue on the EverTune model, stunning, and Red Crystal and Blue Sparkle on the hardtail, also stunning. Both are eye catchers without going full peacock. And of course, I dig the matching headstock. Again, as I explained last week, it's difficult for me to talk about pricing at the moment, but these are coming in at around 1,000 notes, depending on where you are in the world, which I think is the right price for this kind of Indonesian-built guitar that isn't too showy. Not one, but two revamped PRS amps just dropped. And yes, both are tube-powered beasts, ready to melt faces and preserve your spine. Let's start with the updated MT15 V2, which is the Mark Tremonti signature lunchbox head. It's still a 15-watt all-tube amp, which you can switch to 7 watts, powered by 6L6 GC power tubes and 12 AX7s in the preamp. The lead channel now features a push-pull overdrive mode, which removes 2 gain stages to offer a crunchier mid-gain texture, which could be perfect for blues or classic rock, something you wouldn't associate with the first MT15. Or just not scaring your cat, if you have a cat. And if you don't have a cat, get this amp and then get a cat, and it won't scare it, I think. There's an effects loop, which is tube, dual bias adjusters, and LED channel indicators that glow blue or red, depending on which side you're on. That's mood lighting and tone lighting. Then there's the new Archon Classic 50-watt head, and PRS has clearly been in the lab tweaking this one, because it is loaded with 2 6C A7 power tubes, I know, I hadn't heard of them either. And they sit tonally between EL34s and 6L6s. There's also 5 12AX7s in the preamp, and that's going to give you thick saturation and probably quite a lot of headroom. The 2 channels are foot switchable with your foot. You've got clean and lead. The clean should stay glassy up to edge of breakup, while the lead aims to deliver everything from classic rock crunch to molten modern metal. So 70s and 80s rock guitar and more metal. There's a bright switch on both channels, plus presence and depth controls in the master section to shape the high-end shimmer or boost those chest-thumping lows. With the buffered effects loop, the global master volume, and a 3-band EQ per channel, this should mean you should be able to tailor this to pretty much any rig or cab, especially as you can connect it to a bunch of different speakers, because there's 4 ohm out and 2 8 ohms and then an 8 ohm and 2 16s and a 16. It's got quite a lot. The MT15 V2 keeps things compact and practical. It's a 15-watt amp. It fits in a rucksack, possibly, but it still kicks hard enough for small venues and definitely for home recording. With the new gain and boost tweaks, it's a lot more versatile than it used to be. And I love the MT15 version 1. And it's criminal that I don't own one. I might have to change that. I bet they're on offer now that the version 2's out. But then they don't have the features of the version 2. Oh, be still, my beating gas. The Archon Classic takes the high gain formula that PRS is known for and dials it back just enough to cover more ground, classic rock to modern metal, without needing a NASA level rig to get there. Not revolutionary, but it is a solid update to a sleeper amp that deserves more attention. Hit the links below to see which one is calling your name. It's now time to talk about this episode's sponsor, Gear for Music. Gear for Music want me to show you some of their in-house guitars, and boy, am I excited to do so. This is the Daytona 2, Firebirdie inspired Solana Bay Gold. Just looking at the website there. It's set neck, got mini humbuckers. I can't wait to fully review it. It's got 2 switches and it's 345 notes or thereabouts. But wait, there's more. This is the Heartwood 56. It's got locking tuners, it's got a Bigsby style trem, and it's coming in at under 300 notes. Gear for Music seem to have a bit more fun with their Heartwood models, and just looking at what they've got here, I'm going to have to get my hands on a Speedway as well at some point. And that Charger in pink looks phenomenal. Yeah, that's a killer guitar. They also have a 12-string semi-acoustic. That looks fun as well. And an absolute nightmare to tune. I'm going to review both of these models, plus a couple more, very soon. But if you can't wait that long, click the link in the video description, and that'll take you to Gear for Music's website, where you'll find all the things you need right there. I genuinely can't wait to plug these 2 in. Right, on with the show. Okay, stop what you're doing, because Gamechanger Audio just built a pedal with an actual spinning motor inside it. This isn't just pushing boundaries of what can go on in a little box, it is racing right through them. Bear with me for this, because this is not a 3-knob overdrive or something like that. This is complicated. It's not a tube screamer. The motor pedal is a fully playable electro-mechanical synthesizer that generates sound, ready, using a precision-controlled brushed DC motor. The kind of thing that's in my son's remote-controlled car. I say my son's, he lets me use it occasionally. Back to the pedal. The motion for that motor is captured by a specially calibrated electromagnetic pickup coil, meaning you're literally hearing the spinning components generate tone. Think of it as a fuzz pedal, a synth module, and an industrial science project all smashed together. Andy, smash. Is there more budget for CG this week, Victor? In the best... It comes loaded with 5 distinct sound engines. There is motor mode, which is raw motor sounds picked up electromagnetically, gritty, unpredictable, and alive. There is DXM mode, cross mod or D times M? DX. DXM mode, it modulates digital waveforms with the motor's real-time behavior. Think brutal alien fuzz. M-Wave mode is a digital oscillator synced to the motor speed, but it's still shaped by the motor's natural imperfections. Coil mode, no spinning, none at all. Just direct AC into the motor coils, creating fat, resonant analog synth tones. And there's vocoder mode. Vocoder motor. Your input signal becomes the modulator. Your motor becomes the carrier. If you speak into it, you play into it, plug your cat into it, don't plug your cat into it, but it will react. This pedal does seem a lot more like a sound design pedal for those kind of people, but it sounds also like it's playable. And the treadle works in multiple assignable modes. There's the brake mode, which slows or halts the motor. Hello mechanical pitch dive bombs. There's drift mode, which acts like a wild vibrato arm. There's clutch mode, which disconnects the pitch shifting so you can drone and then jam. And there's volume mode for swells. This is a full-on, I don't know, station of creation. Oh, and yes, it's got MIDI, USB, and expression pedal support. They're all there. Gamechanger Audio have been very clever here as well, because there's even a replaceable motor module that lasts around 8,000 hours, because it is a physical part, and yes, it will eventually wear out, just like a tube, only more motory, whinier. I'm not sure if this is a pedal for everyone or just those sound design nerds, and we all know it's not going to be cheap. However, everyone moans when companies release just another overdrive pedal, and then everyone moans when companies just release stuff that is actually different. You know how it is. We're never happy. You know the score. Pre-orders are open now through April 30th, with models available in Redline Red, Blue Viper, or Classic Black with racing stripes. Each one comes hand-signed if you get in early. Shipping starts June 2025, and the promo price is $299, going up to $379 after launch. It's a lot of money, but it does seem like a lot of fun. If you're a fuzz fiend or a synth nerd, or you just want the most conversation-starting pedal of the year, you already know what to do. Link below. And when you get it, wait for that glorious moment when someone asks, "Hey, what's that pedal on your board?" And you'll get your time to shine. Imagine some Fender Player 2 Strats, Tellies, and Basses, but modified and slightly more expensive. Well, imagine no more, because Fender have taken the pain, and possibly the fun, out of modifying a Player 2 Strat, Telly, or Bass with the Fender Player 2 Modified series. Now, this is a series, so there's going to be a lot of stuff to cover, but I'm going to run through them quickly and then focus on this, the one that I reviewed this week. There's the Strat HSS, the Strat HSS Floyd Rose, the Telly, and the Telly SH, because it's got a humbucker in the neck. It feels weird saying SH. Oh, and this one, it is dressed like it's headed to a red carpet event. Meet the Olympic pearl finish, creamy, classy, and just the right amount of flash. It's a Strat, again. But this time with some modern tweaks straight out of the factory. So I'm going to talk about this one because it was my favourite out of the bunch. The Player 2 Modified Stratocaster is Fender's attempt to streamline the kind of mods players usually make themselves. Locking tuners, hum-cancelling pickups, and a few wiring magical bits to make it a bit more. You are looking at an older body, which is the go-to wood for most Strats. Nothing unusual there. Does the job. The neck is a Come on, Andy, you can do it. The neck is a modern C-shaped maple. It's actually not too bad on this. It's satin finished and it's got rolled fingerboard edges. It is super comfortable and it's familiar. It's not exactly revolutionary either. The fretboard radius is the standard 9.5 inches, loaded with 22 medium jumbo frets. Again, solid, playable, but if you've played any modern Fender in the last few years, you should know what to expect. What makes this one modified is mostly in the electronics and the hardware. There's noiseless pickups across the board, which are useful if you play under bad lighting or near some kind of fridge or in a fridge, but don't expect a vintage sparkle to come for free. There's a push-pull tone pot that adds the neck pickup to positions 1 and 2, which basically lets you do the telly-style neck and bridge thing without extra switches. Not my favourite thing, that. Push-pull on a Strat knob is not easy to do. Locking tuners, there they are. A tusk nut, a 2-point trem with block saddles, and that brings it into modern player territory, although none of that is really new to Fender fans, it's just new in the Mexican range. So it's somewhere between the Fender Ultra series and the Fender Player 2 series. And price-wise, I think it sits in the right place. If you've always liked Strats but found the hum or the lack of switching flexibility a deal breaker, then this version patches a few of those holes. It's not radically different, but it is a decent way to skip the modding phase and just get playing. Although I like modding, it's part of the fun, making a guitar yours. I reviewed this earlier this week, so you can watch that by clicking that card up there. And generally speaking, I think it's a very worthwhile addition to the Strat range, although I'm not sure it was entirely necessary. But Fender are not forcing us to buy it. The Player 2 still exists, so where's the harm? Just ignore it if you don't like it. Scroll on by. Walk on by. Links below if you're ready to make some clean noise.
Andy's Pick of the Week!
Yes, my pick of the week. Chase Bliss teamed up with Analog Man. And no, this isn't a boutique meme, it's an actual pedal. And there it is. The Brothers AM is a boost/overdrive/distortion unit that mixes digital control with an all-analog signal path. Oh look, it's got all dip switches and stuff on top. What a nightmare. It's actually pretty easy to use once you've spent some serious time with it. Each side offers 3 modes, boost, overdrive and distortion, and you can run them independently or stack them 1 into 2. It's flexible, but not in the sort of set and forget way. This thing invites tinkering, and it can definitely look a little daunting at first. I was certainly scared by it. Bonus feature, they've added a treble booster circuit where there's 2 different modes for that, and that's based on the Analog Man Beano boost. It's not front and center, but it's there for when you want a bit more of a honky mid-spike tone buried in vintage British recordings. All right, more features. You've got MIDI control over every knob and toggle, 4 onboard presets with real-time switching, expression and CV inputs. What else? In and out and 9 volts, useful on a pedal. There's the possibility to have a master volume with all these dip switches for tone shaping and stuff that needs a lot of explanation that I did in the main video that I made, so go and check that out by watching the card up there for other edge case behaviors. Despite the digital interface, the gain circuit does remain 100% analog, so there's no converters in the audio path. It sounds and feels like a traditional pedal that sounds and feels, dare I say it, are very amp-like, but it can be controlled like a rack unit if you're into that level of setup. This is one of those pedals that just sounds fantastic and has a magic to it, and it's very hard to describe. The boost always on is simply, well, it's divine, and it brings the best out of every amp that I've plugged it into and every guitar that I've plugged into it. The drive and distortion and the stacking sounds huge and so harmonically rich. It's just a fantastic pedal. Speaking of rich, it's not budget by far. It's coming in at around 450 notes, which I know is an extreme amount of money for a pedal. But if you have a MIDI rig and you want an analog pedal, this one is going to be hard to ignore. And if you've ever wanted a king of tone, this is kind of it. If you want to hear it and you want to hear more thoughts on it, and as I said, I've done the review, you can see it on the channel. Thank you. The first batch sold out very quickly, no surprise given the names on the box, but more are coming. So if you missed the King of Tone craze, or you just want a feature-rich analog drive that isn't locked to the 20th century, keep an eye on the link below for the next drop. Thank you to the wonderful people that support this show on Patreon. Their names are up on screen now. Hello! And these people support the show right here on YouTube. Hello, and thank you. Thank you very much. Hello. If you want your name up in digital pixels, then click the join button right here on YouTube or visit my Patreon link in the video description. It will be very much appreciated. And here's a thanks, a special thanks to the top tier members. Alinta, Buddha Blue, Boom Shakalaka, Buzzle, Dirk, Doug Paget, Hugh G. Rection, Yindrik Strelka, Johnny McBadminton, Mike Lute. This prank is officially sponsored by Jason Welch. Andrew Morgan, Josh Tamberg, Man Dude Bro, PQ Deads, Robin Kelly, Saragna Ryan and Southern Panda 33. I very nearly didn't make it this week. So, what are you gassing for this week? If you have thoughts on this week's gear, let me know in the comments below. I hope something good happens to you today. Bye. Taking that. These are mine. Prepare to get gas, because I forgot to move my microphone. Prepare to get... PRS MT 15 V2 and Archon Classic. Archon? Oh, how do you say that? Archon. The Strat HSS flowed. Flippity-doo.